Right now, at this exact moment, invisible hands are rattling the digital locks of literally every device you own. It's a silent, relentless siege. We're looking at a global economy hit of an incomprehensible $23 trillion by 2027. But here's the most chilling diagnostic detail of all. 95% of these breaches, they're caused by simple human error or basic configuration flaws. We're going to dissect the exact mechanics of modern digital theft and rebuild your defenses from the motherboard up.
To put that $23 trillion into perspective, by 2027, this shadow economy is going to dwarf the GDP of most nations on Earth. That's a 175% spike from just a few years ago. We're talking about a successful attack happening every 39 seconds. That's over 3,200 recorded data breaches in a single year, compromising over 1.7 billion individuals. The stakes here are incredibly palpable, the threat is entirely automated, and the extraction? It's instantaneous.
Oh, but let's return to that 95% failure rate for a second, because this is where the real horror of the epidemic lies. The vault isn't being cracked by some impossible, highly sophisticated cryptographic breakthrough. No, 95% of the time, the vault is open from the inside. We are literally handing the keys over to the adversary. The call is coming from inside the house, and we are just leaving the digital windows unlatched.
So, to take back control, we'll execute a 5-step diagnostic reversal: cryptographic identity, native storage security, attack surface reduction, zero-trust sandboxing, and AI-driven theft protections.
Let's start with Section 1, Cryptographic Identity. If you're still relying on a static password or a legacy SMS text message to verify your identity, your front door is basically made of paper. The reason these fail so spectacularly is a technique called adversary in the middle. Imagine handing your car keys to a valet, but the valet is an illusion, a digital imposter. This automated phishing kit sits perfectly between you and the service you're trying to access, proxying the real login page. When you type your password in that 6-digit code, the imposter intercepts the handshake in real time, steals the session token, and completely bypasses your authentication. Legacy multi-factor authentication only has a 63% success rate against these modern kits. Passkeys, on the other hand, operate at a 93% success rate. Why the huge jump? Because passkeys act like a physical puzzle piece stored safely inside your device's hardware-backed secure vault. There is absolutely no shared secret typed into a browser for a thief to steal. It's mathematically tied to the specific domain you're visiting, rendering it entirely immune to phishing. Plus, it drops your login times from 31 seconds down to just 8.5, a real game changer.
Moving on to Section 2, Native Storage Security. When the threat shifts from a remote phishing link to a physical snatch and grab, we really have to distinguish between standard encryption and true end-to-end encryption. Standard encryption is just renting security. The platform holds the keys, which is kind of like leaving a spare key under the doormat for the landlord. If they get robbed, you get robbed. True end-to-end encryption means only you and your device can unscramble the data. We have to apply this exact philosophy to the physical drive in your hands by utilizing full disk encryption. Now, on Apple devices, FileVault and hardware-backed encryption process every single sector of the drive, but the architecture demands a bit more scrutiny, especially on Windows. You see, Windows 11 Home offers basic device encryption, but it mandates a Microsoft account and lacks offline local key management. To truly own the stack, to secure external drives, and to control your recovery keys locally, you need Windows 11 Professional and a trusted platform module to facilitate that hardware cryptographic handshake. Without valid authentication, an extracted drive is literally nothing but a brick of scrambled, unreadable sectors.
Which brings us to Section 3, Attack Surface Reduction.
Every single time your device searches for a Wi-Fi network or broadcasts a Bluetooth probe, it bleeds metadata. This contextual information is the invisible footprint of your digital life. It's exactly like walking through fresh snow. You can't see the footprints you're leaving behind, but anyone tracking you can follow them right to your front door. Trackers map your movements simply by listening to your device, which is constantly shouting its unique MAC address to any open network listening in the dark.
We can neutralize this physical-to-digital exploit vector with a very strict defensive stack. First, restrict USB accessory data transmission. If a device is locked, that physical port must become a charge-only dead end, totally blocking unauthorized forensic extraction tools. Next, enforce a hardware SIM pen. If a thief extracts your physical SIM card to intercept your password reset texts, the card remains locked at the hardware level. And finally, disable legacy 2G networks. 2G lacks mutual authentication, which allows adversaries to use rogue cellular towers, stingrays, to force your device into a downgraded connection. The result? They intercept unencrypted traffic and inject fraudulent text messages directly into your phone.
This leads right into Section 4, Zero Trust Sandboxing.
Think of granular permissions as your internal vault doors. You need to isolate your highly sensitive applications, things like banking, password managers, healthcare, into encrypted private spaces that require a separate PIN to open. Suppress diagnostic telemetry to stop the constant background data harvesting. And absolutely enforce default blocking on your camera and microphone. No application should have persistent, unprompted access to your physical environment. I mean, your flashlight app does not need to know your GPS location unless it's planning a vacation without you. Trust nothing, verify everything.
And finally, Section 5, AI-driven theft protections. Picture the ultimate nightmare scenario. You're sitting in a cafe, your phone is unlocked, and an adversary who's been shoulder surfing snatches it right from your hands. Because the device is open, your passwords and biometrics are instantly useless. But the moment the phone is violently grabbed, context-aware AI-driven protections take over. The internal accelerometer spikes, on-device machine learning models analyze the telemetry and instantly flag the physical motion signature as a snatch-and-run anomaly. Before the thief can even take 10 steps, the device executes an instantaneous lockdown. The screen goes completely black, the session is severed, and a strict biometric fallback is enforced.
Both major operating systems have built robust walls for this exact moment. Apple's stolen device protection uses geographic context, so if your device is taken away from a familiar location like your home, it enforces a mandatory 1-hour security delay before critical passwords can be changed. Android, on the other hand, uses the real-time AI motion detection we just discussed, paired with an offline device lock that secures the screen if the thief tries to rip out the SIM card or go into airplane mode. Both systems build incredible walls, but they require you to turn them on. The technology to protect your digital life exists today. The only question is, will you activate it before the invisible adversary strikes or after?
Cyber Tips Explainer. We make everyday people understand the cyber world around us. Binge on our playlists on a watch marathon to become a cybersecurity expert. Subscribe to this channel, like and share this video with someone you deeply care about to have a foolproof cyber defense.